Shalom, 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 Israel. Right, so I'm gonna open up and I want to say, call halal, Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Mashiach, Yahweh Shah. Right, that's all praises to the Heavenly Father through His only begotten chosen Son, Yahweh Shah. Right, today through the Spirit, right, going into helping. Right, you have to lend a helping hand. Right, the Most High commands us to help the fatherless. And the Most High commands us to help the poor. Right, the Most High commands us to help the widows. And when these things are on a basic cardinal level, right? But these things are also spiritual, right? So we're gonna dive into that through the Spirit, right? Helping the nation, right? Helping your fellow brother and sister. All right, this is Exodus chapter 22, verse 22. Ye shall not afflict any widow or fatherless child. If thou afflict them in any wise, and they cry at all unto me, I will surely hear their cry, and my wrath shall wax hot, and I will kill you. So the Lord said, if you afflict the widow or the fatherless child, the Most High, He's going to kill you, right, with the sword, and your wives shall be widows, and your children fatherless, right? So this is a very heavy thing. You cannot afflict the widows or the fatherless children, right? But the men of the Lord, right, the sons of God, right, they are going to help. Let's get this in Sirach. I just search it up. Sirach 4 and 10. All right, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 4, verse 10. Be as a father unto the fatherless. Right, so you have to be a father unto the and this isn't only talking about children and their literal father has passed away. Now, a lot of people in this truth are fatherless. Their father doesn't even deal with them. Their father says they're a bug out and they're in a cult. When he's in a Christian church, right? Their father is locked up behind prison, and he hasn't seen, his son or his daughter, right, in damn 8 years. Since they were in damn middle school, right? Those people, that's the fatherless, right? And instead of an husband unto the mother, right? So you got to want to be moving in the spirit of sincerity, right? And move in the spirit of instead of a husband, man. You want to be that staff. Let me get this in Tobit real quick, right? I believe it's Tobit 5. Yeah, It's Tobit 5, verse 17. But Anna, his mother, wept and said to Tobit, why hast thou sent away our son? Is he not the staff of our hand? So brothers should want to righteously be that staff, man. The people that brothers and sisters lean upon, right? When brothers and sisters need prayers, hey, they know who to go to, right? When brothers and sisters need somebody to fast with, they know who to go to, right? When brothers and sisters have questions, right, they know who to go to. Right, brothers should desire that role through the Spirit, right, and it's ultimately all of the Lord, right. The Most High, right, He's going to lift up certain men, right, when the Most High deems fit, right. But a brother should want to help the nation. Brother should want to be that staff, right, and going in and out before us, right. So let's see what you will be called if you help the fatherless, right, and you help the widows. Right, so shalt thou be as the son of the Most High. So you want to be. That's what makes you a son of the Lord, man. Because the Lord, He helps the fatherless. The Lord, He helps the widows. The Lord, He helps those destitute and that have nobody to lean upon, as it says in Job. Right, we can get this real quick. Right, in Job chapter 29. Because a lot of people, not everybody in Israel has a camp. Not every camp is moving in the spirit of sincerity and truth. Not everybody has, 55 brothers, and 22 sisters that they can hit up. Not everybody has that. Some people, they may not have anybody. All they may have is you, or some people, they may have a few people, but they don't really trust everybody. People coming with alternative motives and such. Right? So if the Lord places you in somebody's life, right, that's not by accident. That's not a coincidence. That was ordained from the beginning. So brothers should really try to help. Because Israel, we need help. You got sisters and brothers that ducked off somewhere in North Dakota. Their family hates them. Their grandmother, doesn't deal with them. They don't know who their dad is. They barely know who their mother is. And the grandmother kind of wants him out. Who is that person going to have to confide to? Nobody. So be that person for them, Lord willing, man. Be that person where people can ask questions, right? Pray, ask people, hey, can I throw some prayers on your behalf? Right? Those are all mighty works of the Lord, right? And that's when it's going to get you called a son of God, right? Not you seeming mighty in videos. You can quote 40,000, and 4,000 precepts. The Lord never said you have to know 4,000 precepts, right? And then you're a son of and then you're a son of God. The Most High, He kept it real simple. Love the Most High, keeping the commandments, and then love your brother as you love yourself. Right? On these things hang the law and the prophets. And that's thus saith the Lord. Right? Let's go to Job chapter 29, verse 11. When the ear heard me, then it blessed me. And when the eye saw me, it gave witness to me. Because I delivered the poor that cried, and the fatherless, and him that had none to help him. So some men, they have nobody to help them. They're very lonely, and they're depressed, and their candle was flickering. And Lord willing, the Most High, hey, Lord willing, I'm gonna be the type of man, that's gonna help, Lord willing, man. That's gonna be there for brothers, be there for sisters, right? And I'm making this video through the Spirit, right, to exhortate brothers and sisters, right, to Most High willing, be the same way, right? Help the fatherless, help the widows, help those that have none to help them, right? The blessing of him that was ready to perish came upon me. So they're going to bless you, man. All right, let's get this in Luke, the 14th chapter. Because they're going to bless you, right? A lot of times people may be thinking, well, they can't help me. I just give, and I never get. That's not the right way to think about it. Right? This is Luke chapter 14, verse 14. And thou shalt be blessed, for they cannot recompense thee. So some things you do, the Most High is going to bless you for, and people cannot recompense you. Right? You calling a brother, you're on the phone with a brother for 3 hours. He's this close to falling out of the truth. Hey, he's a mustard seed away from falling out of this thing. Right? His mom hates him, and he's crying on the phone. There's nothing that brother can do to recompense you for that. You exhortating him through the Spirit. You're comforting him with the precepts. And you go into John 7. And you go into a whole bunch of precepts through the Spirit to go uplift that brother, right? To go uplift that sister. There's nothing they can do to recompense you for that, right? For thou shalt be recompensed at the resurrection of the just, right? So the Lord, He's going to pay you for that. Stop, with the carnality, and you need it now. I need my blessing now. Nah. When the Lord blesses you with that crown, and He tells you your lot, that's when you're gonna, that's when these things are gonna come to remembrance. That's when the alms that you give through the Spirit are gonna come to remembrance. And the people that you've helped, the counsel that you've given through the Spirit, at the resurrection of the just, and you're gonna be blessed for that. So this verse 13, the blessing of him that was ready to perish came upon me, and I caused the widow's heart to sing for joy. Right? And there's nothing, more through the Spirit that I would want, but to be closer with the Lord, right? And to genuinely and sincerely help my people. Right? Those are the two greatest things through the Spirit that I desire. Right? Let's get James. Right, James chapter 1, verse 27, right? Pure religion and undefiled before God and the Father is this, to visit the Father. So this is pure religion, right? This is pure right here. This is how you know if you're really in this thing, right? To visit the fatherless and widows in their affliction, right? AKA to, visit now. Hey, that's, now we got these phones. You don't have to physically, you can. But right now it's not required for you to hop on a mule, and ride 8 miles to city, right, to go see the fatherless and the widows, right? Now that's not required. Brothers and sisters, of course can still do that, right? But now, you can pick up the phone. A brother, a sister, they may be by themselves, literally by themselves. That nobody likes them. They're the black sheep. All their friends cast them out. Their mother cooks pork in the house. Little brother scoffing at them. And that's the person, you visiting them, man. You uplifting them. You sending them precepts, making sure they're straight. Lord willing, you scheduling time to pray for them, scheduling time to fast for them, and to keep himself unspotted from the world. So that's pure religion. That's how you know if you're in this thing, and that's undefiled. You're doing it out of sincerity. There's nothing that a brother can say or do, nah, that's undefiled before God and the Father. Right? And it is what it is. All right, let's see the flip end now. Let's go to Proverbs 24. All right, this is the flip end. All right, Proverbs chapter 2. Because the Lord said, if you afflict them, the fatherless and the widow, that he's going to kill you. And your wife is not going to have the Lord's real cold, man. Lord is very cold-blooded. Lord, he's going to kill you, right? And then he's going to leave your wife a widow, right? And then he's going to leave your wife he's going to leave your children fatherless. And it is what it is. The Lord is very cold-blooded, huh? Very cold-blooded. And that's equity. That's judgment. That's justice. This is Job chapter 31, verse 17, right? Or have eaten my morsel myself alone, and the fatherless have not eaten thereof. For from my youth he was brought up with me, as with the father. So Job said, even in his youth, he took care of the fatherless. He took care of the widows through the Spirit, right? And I have guided her from my mother's womb. So Job was guiding the widows, right, in righteousness, right, making sure they had what they needed, man. Whether it's groceries, speaking of today's terms, it's gas money, right, uplifting precepts. Right, making sure they're walking in the Spirit, right, videos, making sure their questions were answered, right, making sure they had damn utility money to make sure that their lights are still on, right, making they may need money for their car so their car don't get damn repoed, they may need that, verse 19, if I have seen any perish for want of clothing, or any poor without covering, if his loins have not blessed me, and if he were not warmed with the fleece of my sheep. So Job, he literally took off his clothes and handed them to brothers and sisters, man. That's mighty. Right, verse 21. If I have lifted up my hand against the fatherless. Right, because Job, he was a judge. He could have afflicted the fatherless. Whether physically, slapping, just going off, or just being harsh in judgment. Right. When I saw my help in the gate, then let mine arm fall off from my shoulder blade. Let's see if we can get a visual. Arm off of shoulder blade. This is what Job says, he wants, right? If he oppresses the fatherless. If Job oppresses, let's just show some dislocated shoulder. Right? If Job oppresses the fatherless, if he did not help these people that needed help, Job said that he wanted his damn shoulder dislocated, man. He wanted it this. He wanted that shoulder blade that should be right there, and he wanted it to drop. This is what Job wanted. If he did not help his people, did not help the fatherless, if he did not help the widows, he wanted the Lord to make his shoulder fall out the blade, and mine arm be broken from the bone. Job said a complete arm fracture. That's what Job said he wanted if he didn't help his people. He wanted it completely broken, man. I'm gonna get graphic in this thing. I want a picture, right? That one, you still don't want to show no pictures, man. But hey, I don't want to look at no. I want to see a real life. Let's see. Yeah, you don't want to show. You don't want to show anything. But hey, let's go back. Hey, Job said he wanted his arm to look like this, man. He wanted his arm to break off if he did not help his people. If he ignored the fatherless, if he ignored people that were asking him for things that he had in his power, and he acting like he didn't hear him. He acting like he didn't see him. He left people on red for 4 weeks. Job said, let my arm fall out the blade. Hey, Job, let my shoulder, dislocate my shoulder, Lord, and break my arm if I did these things. Right? Let's get Proverbs 24. All right, Proverbs 24, verse 11. If thou forbear to deliver them that are drawn unto death. So you have a lot of people that are drawn unto death. They're real close unto death. A lot of people, not everybody is strong in this thing. Some people are weak. Some people are feeble-minded. Some people have weak knees in this thing. You have to understand and recognize that. And those people that have weak knees, those people that are feeble, it is your job and your duty as a man of the Lord, as a son of the Most High God, to check upon the sheep. Right? And those that are ready to be slain. Brothers go off in this thing, man. Brothers and sisters go off in this thing. So some men, the Lord, he's ready to slay people. If that, and Lord willing, that's none of the brothers or sisters that's watching this video right now. And most High willing, the Lord continues to shoot forth his mercy, because we don't deserve any mercy. Right? But most High willing, the Lord can just continue to have mercy. That's just Job 24, verse 12. If thou sayest, behold, we knew it not. So if you know that brother is ducked off by himself in the country of Mississippi, in the countries, he doesn't even have good Wi-Fi. His granddad was a Christian pastor, and his grandmother hates him. She says that he's in a hate group, and you know these things. You know the brother's weak. Speaking spiritually, the brother needs help, man. And you don't help this brother, let's see what the Lord says going to happen to you. Right? And if thou sayest, behold, and this man dies, or this man falls out the truth, Lord forbid, right? Doth not he that pardoneth the heart consider it? The Most High knows you. The Most High put it in your spirit 4 times to call the brother, to check upon the brother, right? And he that keepeth thy soul, doth not he know it? And shall not he render to every man according to his work? Hey, I'm cut right now. And the Lord, he's going to render to every man according to his work. So if you are that brother, man, that's showing forth brotherly love and looking out for the fatherless, looking out for the widows, the Lord, he's going to bless you. You'll be called a son of God, pursuing Sirach chapter 4. Right? But if you don't, the Lord's going to render. The Lord's going to get up with you, plain upon table. The Lord, he may do what Job asked him to do. Break your arm and your shoulder blade fall and dislocate your shoulder. Shoulder blade fall out the socket. Alright, so with that, I want to say La'ala Nawi Hawa, Bashima Mashaka Washa, La'ala Naw Kaya, Hallelujah, hallelujah. Right, all praise to the Most High. Right, Lord willing, this was edifying through the Spirit, man. And look out through the Spirit, right? Look out, help your people, strengthen the weak hands, right? Strengthen the feeble knees, right? And Lord willing, brothers and sisters can continue to endure through the Spirit, right? Shalom.